Good afternoon, y'all. This is Big SHASTA Washington here. I know it's been a while. I took a couple of days off, but it seems to work better that way. Do a video, take a couple of days off. Do a video, take a couple of days off. So I'm gonna get right down to it today. I got two important topics that I feel like need to be brought to the table of years. Y'all know how I do. I bring out controversial topics. I bring out topics that most people don't want to talk about. And yes, to anybody who wants to know, I am selective in what topics that I talk about. Most of my topics, yes, have to do with African American news. Some of my topics have to do with a lot of other news around the world. So let's dive into it. Today we're going to be talking about a woman that was kicked off a flight, apparently for her rant about being sat in between two big pigs. Interesting one, y'all. The next one, the actor from Empire was attacked by two men, Maga supporters, who yelled at him that this is Maga country while they were whooping his butt. So, and then towards the end, I'll have a little message for you. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's start by the woman kicked off the flight. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the exact video that I watched, and I'm going to post it down in the description. So feel free to go watch the video that I watched if you're wondering where I'm getting my referencing my information from. This one's kind of a no-brainer. It's no in-between. It's gonna be, you'll see in the video. I'm not really gonna spoil it too much for you, but there's nothing really to spoil. The fact of the matter is that a woman was on a flight. She was sat in between two African American people. One was a man, one was a woman, and these two people. She was on the phone to begin with. Talking to whoever she was on the phone with, talking about she eats salad, making derogatory comments about these two people and the fact that she doesn't know how she's going to do this flight, and and then in the end she went ahead and blurted out the fact that I'm sitting next to two pigs. And one thing I don't want to do with this topic is I don't want to make this a racial like anything like, oh, it's because she's white or it's because they're black. That's not even the circumstance here. Here, when you watch the video, you're gonna see it's gonna be two people that or three people total that are interjecting in a situation to where a woman is sat in between two larger African American people. So what I don't want you to take from it is I don't want you to look going into it. I don't want you to look at it like it's a racial situation off top, but it's amazing to see towards the end of the video how there were other people on the plane who stepped in to kind of stepped in support of the two larger people, the black people, and it was nice to see them. Those people step in, and some of those people were white people. So it was a beautiful thing to see. And I think the lady, in my opinion, the lady who was videotaping, she handled the situation really well. In my opinion, if that was me and my family, I'm a larger guy. I'm not that big, but I don't think I'd take up a seat and a half on an airline. But that's neither here nor there. But if it was me in my situation, I personally, I wouldn't be as calm. I would have a lot more choice words to say. So I condemn the woman for her discretion. Yes, she did curse. Yes, she did use profanity. But in the heat of the moment, I mean, it was this lady was trying to belittle and talk down at these people over, and it was not even necessary. She could have easily said, if it was really bothering her that much to be sat in between these two people, you could have easily asked to be moved to sit somewhere else, or this situation could have been dealt with in a different way, in my opinion. And it's just not right, for I don't want to say this, but I feel like it does need to be said. To a certain degree, I've noticed that some individuals who, you know, for whatever it's worth, because of the politics today that are at hand, they feel like they have some type of chip on their shoulder or something to prove, or they act as if other cultures owe them something. This is the nicest way I could say this. It's just, it's something that you start to notice after a while. It's almost like, certain races feel like they have seniority over certain races, and that's the problem. We have got to stop looking at each other for black, white, purple, yellow, orange, and red, and we have got to start working together. It's sad. Yes, for hundreds and hundreds of years, there was slavery. There was people that were oppressed. There was all kind of stuff that happened. But we have got to stop focusing on that and start to look forward to the future. If we would all start working together, all stop committing crime against one another, all stop putting races down, whether if it's black people getting put down by white people, or it's white people putting down Mexican people, or it's Asian people mad at black people, or, I can go on and on. But it's something that needs to stop, because if it doesn't stop, if we don't stop working together, this stuff's only going to get worse. It's going to get to the point where it's really going to be segregated. There is segregation going on in 2019. No lie. Segregation. And it's sad, but it's true. But we need to get to that point where, we can come together and stop fighting one another. I mean, when I walk into a room, I'm a black man. People don't go, oh, he's half black, half white. His mom's white, his dad's black, so he's okay. No, when I walk into a room, I can feel it. Yes, I'm being not acknowledged as a black man. There ain't no other race that I'm kin to or look like. They see a big black man. I don't get a pass because I'm half white or I have white family. It sucks, but it's the truth. I don't want to steer off the path here as I already have for a couple minutes, but I want to get back to, I wish that us as a country, us as a world, us as a nation would come together and start showing other nations around the world. I feel like we need to be the leaders of this. We need to take control as a community, as people. When you go out your doors, word of advice to you, when you see someone, yes, you notice that there might be an Asian person, they might be a Hispanic person, they might be a black person, they might be a white person, they might be orange, yellow, red, pink, or purple. But guess what? Try not to see that color. Don't see a color. See that that's a human being. That person has a heart. That person has legs. That person has arms. That person walks. That person has a job. That person takes care of their family. We all have to get to a point where we can stop being prejudiced and stop judging people for what we see. This is a beautiful quote, and I've heard it for many, many years, all the way growing up from when I was about 6 or 5 years old. Never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a person by its color. It's real, y'all. So, to wrap up that situation, I just feel like, this woman needs to be held accountable for her actions on the airline. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if she's a VIP member or whatnot, but I feel like the airlines needs to hold her to some accountability. It wasn't necessary to act and behave that way towards these people. And that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Nextly, the Empire actor who was assaulted by two men, fracturing his ribs, putting a rope around his neck and yelling at him that this is Maga country, referring to that they're Maga supporters, and referring to the whole make America great again, Donald Trump slogan. The proof is in the pudding with this. Again, it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's not going to stop until we all come together and stop this BS against each other. Who cares if our mothers, our grandfathers' fathers treated a certain race or certain individuals because of the skin of their color or because of their culture, treat them like crap or put them through crap. It's not necessary. It's really not. There's nothing that you're going to get out of putting another person down, assaulting another person, or taking another person's life because of the color or their skin or because of what culture they come from. Does that sound right? No, it doesn't. And it's sad that people continue over and over, day in and day out, to treat other people like this, commit hate crimes, to do this. So it's not much that needs to be said about this. It's just sad. And for the people out there who are Make America Great Again supporters, who aren't going out there assaulting, people because of their race and their culture, not going out there being racist, being, rude, stuff like that. I say I commend you and I respect you, supporters. Thank you. But it's okay to petition the way you feel. It's okay to express your opinion. We have freedom of speech. But really start to think about what you are supporting. What does that Make America Great Again, what does that slogan stand for in your eyes? And I'm going to open it up, and I know that there's going to be a lot of controversial comments, and I'm prepared for it. So I would love to get everybody's comments and feedback. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, all colors and nationalities, please jump in on this. I would love to hear your feedback. Lastly, this is what I need from all of you viewers, please. For the rest of this week, this is what I want you to do. This is what I need you to do. Go up to someone that you've never met before, whether if it's at church, whether if it's at work, whether if it's at school, wherever it may be. Go up to someone, introduce yourself, and see what you can do to help that person. Whether if it's buying them a soda pop, buying them a meal, sitting down having a conversation and a cup of coffee, being there to listen if they need someone there to support them through hearing and emotional. That's what I want you to do, please, for my viewers. If you could find that kindness and love in your heart to do that for me, that would be beautiful, y'all. I want to leave you with this. Big Shasta Washington says, never be afraid to pick up a camera, to pick up a tablet, to grab a laptop, to even just in self-conversation. Never be afraid to express yourself. I'm out, y'all.